we're gonna be reacting to why the Amazing Spider-Man was great. Like everything great about the Amazing Spider-Man. So without further ado, let's just get right into it. You guys know Andrew Garfield is one of my favorite actors from real life too. Um, he's in my favorite movie.
This is an important movie for the zeitgeist, so expect some subtle and not so subtle responses. As salty and wet blankety as you can handle. Nothing like Paul Reiser and Helen Hunt on screen together to let you know we're in the past. Did you know Murray the dog's real name was Maui? You do now. One key thing that separates the Amazing Spider-Man from OG is the parents' mystery. And maybe it's not what we're used to, but they set up in most.
I agree. The whole thing about them. First of all, guys, can we not talk about the suit, bro? To me, I always thought people hate on the suit. I love the suit, bro. Like when I remember when I was a kid, bro, this movie I came out. I don't know if I don't remember when I watched it. I definitely didn't watch it right when it released, like right now. I definitely didn't. But I remember watching this movie. I was like, what happened to like Spider Man? Like, why is there a new Spider Man? This and that. I was probably like 8 years old, bro. I was like, yo, what happened? Like, what's good? This and that. I saw this suit and I thought it was so cool. I was just like, this suit is so cool. To me, I still like the Tobey Maguire one, but this suit, people don't like it. I love it, bro. It's just so shiny. It looks mad cool.
The Shinzo is a win.
Are you busy Friday night? Can you take pictures of my boyfriend's car?
It's almost a cliche at this point to say Maguire understood
Damn.
Parker, Garfield understood Spidey, but Garfield was too cool for Parker. And I'm not seeing that. More on that later.
I thought that was great what you did out there.
Apparently not amazing, though.
No. I know your name. That's what if you know your name.
I just want to give a moment of silence, bro. Gwen is the best MJ, bro. You heard it from me, bro. You heard it from me. I just thought Andrew got like I just thought like this Peter was just so like cool. Like I just like wanted to be like bro, I don't know how to explain it, bro.
Spaghetti,
If you can't eat it keg stand style, what's the point?
water for the condenser tray, or the heat exchange tubing.
The Spider-Verse gave us Peter B. Parker. Amazing gave us Peter B. Smart. The setup for this continuity's Peter Parker is pretty solid. Pretty much everything you need to know about him is established in under 10 minutes. His parents are gone, he's less of an athletic type, more academic, he gets bullied by a giant over-exaggerated walking cliche named Eugene, he at least recognizes that Gwen is a decent person and cares for his well-being, and he's wicked smart about some technical stuff. Weird that nothing about lap dances came up. Also, I can't not mention this. That is a very distinct kickball sound.
Come on, I know a right cross when I see one.
That's an Arya Stark level astute observation. For a movie that gets derided for being an unnecessary pile of garbage, shots like this let me know that the creators did care and were invested in how it came out, which is why it was my teaser frame in John Wick 2 that first time. And a lot of you recognized it immediately, without Peter or anything Spider-Man related, just the briefcase, which I like to think means something. You know, Julia found that out recently, so it's like a plumber lesson and a general repair.
Bro, like I no lie, I'm about to rewatch this movie, guys. This movie is sick, bro. Like I really like the Amazing Spider-Man.
Why that Xenophilius love good? How could you not?
The music in it.
This reference by not appearing in Harry Potter? Guy who looks like Sirius Black. Nailed it.
Yeah.
High school kid has a rear window poster. Kind of like the 400 blows.
I just like everything about this movie, no lie.
Sometimes born young.
Same with the Tobey Maguire ones. There's nothing that really pissed me
Also,
off.
to be fair, had a really cool.
Of course, like the third movie, I feel like, you know, like I said, Venom could have been in it more, but like this is top tier with Tobey Maguire's movie. To me, Tobey Maguire's movie are better though, but I really like this movie. Like
Also been a cinephile now that I think.
this got to be in my top.
Sorry.
I don't know, yo.
Je me souviens de tout. Pas vraiment. Also, while being a petty nitpicker, Peter is a photographer, so the idea that he respects Alfred Hitchcock, the man who invented the dolly zoom, not that far-fetched. And if you've ever seen Rear Window, you know it's about
Like I said,
watching people, something Peter would potentially connect with. But also as said,
at the end of the Amazing Spider-Man, the Amazing Spider-Man 2, I would tell you which one I like more. Right now, I don't know which one I like more. Honestly.
Something of a cliche dodge. Easy way to get some manufactured tension. But Uncle Ben comes clean right away because that's more the relationship they have. Ha! Slice of life. Even experimental geneticists aren't above some good wordplay. Ooh, webpage to live action transition. Nice.
Are you having trouble finding yourself?
You could say he hasn't even begun to scratch the surface. Yeah, that's these not spiders. He hasn't even begun to bite the skin.
And yes, in case you're wondering, I'm a southpaw. Not
Everyone is looking at this kid, which is actually believable because a bunch of high schoolers would probably be slightly uncomfortable with Dr. Connors drawing attention to his arm.
Second. You sure about that?
I'm pretty sure.
See, the implication is that Gwen is first in the class, i.e. why she'd definitely be head intern of a group of 24. And also, while we're talking about dumb things, to call her his love interest at this point isn't really paying attention. Peter isn't suave enough to feign not knowing her name. He really wasn't sure. This is one of the things that add to his love for her, almost like real life. Best IRL version of Rhino I know of. Look at that, 2 button taps and 2 finger slides. It would take some kind of
27 points. You guys think this is gonna pass the
But come on, it's 2 perpendicular swipes to the same.
You think this is gonna pass the
That's a hard note.
the Tobey Maguire ones?
Still a note. Some of you might be.
Oh yeah, I remember watching when he like pulled it out. That was looking nasty, bro.
With it, and then checked his board and bag with security as buildings like this often require. Well, that's just the coolest little detail. A few frames of his eventual emblem. Spidey sense.
Yo, I did not realize that, bro.
But still, fun Spidey sense. Complaints about this movie aside, you've got to admit that his movements are. Well,
I don't know why people complain, bro. Just be happy, yo. This movie was sick. I don't understand. They gave you everything.
Learns to fight. You know, he doesn't really have to because his senses are so heightened that normal humans are just non-threats to him. Just imagine it's you in this subway book with like really tall 2-year-olds coming after you. If you step too quickly to one side, they may not be sure you even exist anymore.
what?
Spider-Man flies, spiders like flies. You get it.
There's beads all over meatloaf.
Compliments.
Didn't you tell me you didn't like my meatloaf?
I don't know, I feel like it's more of a nobody really likes meatloaf type situation.
I like meatloaf.
Good for Ben coming clean after all these years. I said no.
That's the part I was talking about.
Powers, but it plays so
See,
well into what some of
this right here, this part was sick. Like, they like the thing about the Amazing Spider-Man. It's like fun. I feel like as the years are going on, the movies are starting to get more like kind of like a comedy type. You know, like the Tobey Maguire. There were some funny moments, of course, but like it was kind of more towards the serious. This, it was like in the middle. There was like, you guys know what I'm trying to say,
the
bro.
likelihood of Peter not accidentally killing someone.
I feel like this one was just right.
Not impossible.
Huh.
Also, a breaking all your crap montage is
Like this part was mad
the
funny,
entire
bro.
house. Seriously, Peter, putting a towel over that does not stop the water from flowing. The startling nature of his heightened senses from Spidey sense is captured expertly. It's not all climbing walls and dating redheads or blondes. Who can keep up?
You're gonna change the lives of millions.
Just want to point out that Connor's initial goal was changing the world and helping people like him, so his plan in the end isn't totally out of left field. Oh, Nigel the leg gruff. I see those loan sharks finally got to you.
You did that on purpose, Flash!
No, but I should have. You better watch your back.
And to be honest, I think we were all hoping for a little accidental, oops, you're dead now, Flash. Maybe Garfield is a teensy bit too cool for Peter. This is still satisfying. But they always
Bro.
seem to take it just a little too far. What the?
Everyone became cool when they turned into
Maya,
Spider-Man.
Jump Street. Spider-Man movies.
My boy, like, I don't understand when they say that Toby was freaking... Toby, like, beat up Flash.
Discretion
He's got you on his computer.
and helpfulness.
I'm not gonna answer that.
But now I'm gonna bring it back to him being too cool for school. He is not with Gwen. Just because it works doesn't.
But he was, like, a little, like, cool. Like, but that's not... There's nothing wrong with that. He was still, like, a nerd. Like,
You want to, I don't know, we could, or we could do something else, or we could, we could,
Yeah.
yeah?
Yeah, either one.
Got some twofold visual storytelling here. Peter is flying high after a positive interaction with Gwen, and he's finally got a chance to mess around and test his powers. Coldplay, 2012. What do you want? And while nothing is ever going to touch Toby's first time trying out his powers, they went in a very different direction and it works. He sort of extends his skills he has as a skateboarder and then accidentally finds out how his powers work. You know, I don't think I ever really put that together. I get that swinging on webs is what spiders do, but to see it visually and to turn it into inspiration for him, I'm into it.
You were polio enough.
bro, I love this movie, bro. I might low-key go rewatch it.
To opt out.
Connors even gets the problems with it. Honestly, the biggest failure may have been separating the two personas more distinctly. No one in comics stays dead except Uncle Ben.
I was about to cry when this happened. No lie, bro.
Familiar with the comics
Both of the times when Uncle Ben got shot, the Toby one and the Andrew Garfield one, I just low-key wanted to cry, bro.
Right down to a low-level criminal that Peter could have stopped killing Uncle Ben.
Like, that guy pissed me off, and then I was like, oh, bet. And then he pissed me off.
Right from Spidey's first comic origin that cements the famous line.
That if you could do good things for other people, you had a moral obligation to do those things.
And I actually appreciate that the great is taken out of this iteration. That means we're all on the hook, shown by a man with no great power doing what he can, even if it causes his death. Also, something that isn't present in every film, or even in the entirety of this film, but I just want to point out some cause and effect storytelling that's fully fleshed out leading to this point. And no matter how you shake it, this is Peter's fault. Peter was reckless with his power, which forced Uncle Ben to leave work, meaning Peter had to pick up Aunt May. However, those instructions were given to Peter right before Ben embarrassed him a tad, and then he got a date, which would be distracting. Then he tries out his powers, also distracting, and goes to see his mentor, the only real connection to his father's work, who he assists in growing a limb back on a mouse. So Peter forgets about Aunt May, gets into an argument with his uncle, and after an annoying interchange with a disgruntled employee, does nothing when he could have done something. That threatened Uncle Ben's death. But this outcome was set in motion.
Same thing that happened in the first one.
His power.
The first movies.
Arguably a way every teenager would. I wouldn't plan on breaking the backboard. Also, what's with the traveling, Peter? Ugh, you're feeling so many emotions. Angry, obviously, and then someone you're always angry with shows pity on you? It hurts, but it also makes you want to sob uncontrollably. And Flash's genuine condolences.
I like this Flash, yo. The Tom Holland Flash, like, are you kidding me, bro? I could never get bullied by a Flash like that, bro.
Comics and Spider-like movements. I'm not saying Toby didn't have them, but they're exaggerated into his parkour here. He knows what he has to do now. Complete facial reconstruction surgery. It's the only
Yo!
we get a more stretched out dark.
Obviously, that wasn't in the movie, but
He's beating up criminals, sure, but not.
I love this part too, bro.
It's about revenge. Cut censoring. But it sounds like he was gonna say Hubbard. Good stuff. I sort of miss Toby's gross body horror web shooters, but reintroducing the
Look,
mechanical shooters along
yo, I wish I could go back to the first time I watched this, bro.
some Spidey action, even if he hasn't worked out all the bugs. And when you don't know what he's swinging from, just assume there's a helicopter. As a former screen printer, I resent the idea that anyone could get
Bro, show me the suit, bro. Show me the suit. Show me the suit.
Or you can have the right intensity UV bulb to burn the screen on their first try. What mesh are you using?
Show me the suit.
Where am
Show me the suit.
I? Okay, fine. Maybe Peter Parker could handle
Oh yeah, before I go on to the suit, I'm gonna talk over him real quick. I really like. Oh, but never mind. I'm not even gonna say it.
First real POV Spidey moment. This is pretty spectacular.
You guys tell me you guys don't like that?
The swelling score of a superhero.
Look at him!
Short by the reminder that he's still just a kid.
Eggs? Organic, got it.
Pretty easy to
Look!
assume Peter snuck in the car when the robber turned around there. He'd obviously been following him. He offers this bit of advice.
Look how like shiny his eyes are. His like.
Also, as much as Peter is still goofing around and messing with this robber, this scene is presented more like horror with Spidey as the villain. He's almost
You guys can't tell me this isn't sick, yo.
a bully, or worse. Dustin Hoffman quote aside, Peter
I'm swinging it.
the scene is done live action.
Guys, I love this movie, yo. The Amazing Spider-Man 3 might have to get moved up to like a top 3 movie. I'm trying to think, bro. Like, I really love this movie.
Sally Field.
The Toby ones might be better, but like, it's just like the time. Like, this is when I started not, of course not maturing. I was only like 8 or 9. But guys, this is when, like, you know what I mean?
Back for weeks to prepare for this role, and James Horner's score really captures Connor's internal conflict with the hope that it's gonna all turn out.
So when I was like a kid, I like started understanding a lot of things, like,
It's really all that matters.
and all up to that time, like, bro, who is this Flash, bro? I love Tom Holland. Tom Holland's a good Spider-Man, but the characters around him, I love Ned. You know, Ned. There's a little, you know what I'm saying?
Leary just exudes terror in a very condescending way, but
The worst best friend, though, we're gonna get to it on the next video, is the Amazing Spider-Man 2, Harry.
the only girlfriend's dad that outdoes Captain Stacy is obviously Keaton's Vulture.
I've been bitten.
And low-key, now that I'm thinking, it's kind of weird. How come he didn't have a friend, like, shown in the beginning of the movie?
Sweet to
In the first one.
Again, so glad she goes on to live a long and happy life with Peter Parker.
I wish I could just.
Also, I love this part right here, bro.
Again, I feel like maybe we all got duped by a few loud people saying Peter is some Casanova cool kid, including myself. Goodness, he can't help that he's good looking, but he consistently fumbles over his words like a goofball. I mean, is this charming? This wouldn't be charming for most people. Only really.
Look, he's gonna swing and twirl her back, bro.
And that.
This is why I also like she finds out that he's Spider-Man when her dad is like a cop and doesn't like
Just name him.
Spider-Man.
Someone's gotta do it. Might as well be someone he loves. Oh, yeah.
So this already has 89 points, bro. There's a lot to go.
Driver Alfred, who is
And I mean a lot.
credited as Alfie, is the carjacker from OG Spider-Man. Apparently the fall wasn't that big a deal. And
No way!
he immediately went to work for InGen since he was never heard from or seen again.
Oh me, I did not know that.
Who better to remind Peter he should stay golden and finally choose saving someone over...
Bro, look at the suit, bro.
Risks his identity to help a kid not be terrified and then also encourages the kid to use
It's
that
just like it's like slit, like you know what I mean.
Yup to that shot. Saving
But I love the second one too.
How poignant is it that because of the decision he makes between going after the bad guy or protecting the innocent...
And you guys got to realize, like, this, look at the suit. This was the time around when, like, I would go to, like, Walmart or something, and there would be, like, the Amazing Spider-Man toys, because, like, after the movie came out, you guys know what I mean? Like, there would be the Amazing Spider-Man toys, and the suit, the character, like, the little toy would legit look like this. Like, it was the coolest thing, bro. I remember one time I asked my mom, pretty sure it was, like, later on, I asked my mom to get, like, a web shooter thing, and it would shoot out silly string. Bro, it took me like 2 times that we had to like go to Walmart. I asked her no next time, and I was like, come on. And then next time I finally got it, guys. Listen.
...of himself only to be reminded that he never had that relationship with his father.
They react to sudden changes in temperatures.
Liquid nitrogen shadowing?
I'll be back.
Nothing is ever going to rival We'll Meet Again, Spider-Man. But I love that the campiness hasn't been completely dropped, even if this is a slightly darker take on Spidey.
I know who it is.
And, as a Spider-Man who started out just beating up long-haired crooks, this is a sign that Peter is learning and even took in what Captain Stacy said.
So that's what I think I forgot to say. That's what I was going to say. I like how he like chased down always like people he thought it was. You know what I mean? Who killed his uncle.
The most unbelievable thing in a movie...
Toby did that too, but he only like he already knew who the guy was. Like,
Just a classic Spidey moment.
I mean, clearly not, cause
The web just like a spider does, waiting for vibrations.
I'm getting stronger every day.
That's pretty brutal. Yeah, I doubt he planned on being underwater trying to use his web shooters. Honesty.
Live in a chocolate house.
Well, that's impractical. And fattening.
yo, don't give me an ad, yo. Don't give me an ad. All right, while this ad goes on, we're gonna talk about it, bro. I love this Spider-Man. That's all I gotta say. I just really like.
I've cramps.
The universal dad deterrent. Lady troubles. But I will say that her dad's response isn't so over the top. Plus, he was offering her hot chocolate, another sign of their strong relationship.
Coco, Howard's making some cocoa.
Andrew Garfield's working.
Ow.
Apparently,
Bro, the school scene was fire. Now listen, guys, the movie is nowhere near over, and there's already 109 points. I'm honestly thinking it's gonna pass the Tobey Maguire one.
stands out in everyone's minds, and for good reason. It's an excellent showcase of each of their combat styles and plays into how a lizard would attack using its tail, while Peter is always clinging to things like a spider. And Gwen Stacy's spine was never the same again. Still glad Peter learned his lesson.
At the end, I'm gonna tell you guys something.
See, the Watcher
Yo, Stan Lee.
knew Spidey would save him, otherwise he would have ducked. Stan Lee is always a win.
Okay, got it.
Gwen is Peter's guy in the chair.
Gwen would see. That's the thing. Gwen like knew who Spider-Man was. Like she would help out on mad
Explain
stuff,
why
bro.
you did what you did for whoever finds your
MJ?
letter, you die. I mean, it's
She goes on to man after man. Like bro.
explaining himself. This wasn't Peter getting stupid lucky. Connors left this on purpose. This just took a brutal turn. Teenage Mutant Spider-Man.
Order, okay? I'm gonna get everybody out.
It's like he doesn't even know there's a dimension with Spider-Gwen. She's capable, bro. I have to say,
This was scary when I watched it. Especially because I was a little kid. I was like, yo, no.
music video turned indie director got a lot of the horror.
Holy
pieces
crap.
as well.
Ah.
Apparently a bullet to the leg is Spider-Man's kryptonite? In my first Spider-Man video for the 2002 copyright claim, I didn't even know it. Anyway, something I missed but a lot of you picked up on was that ending scene where all the New Yorkers are standing up for Spider-Man and how it was such a powerful
Something you miss. If I'm maybe I'm just gazing off.
So seeing New Yorkers come together to fight evil
Something you
satisfies
missed was freaking him revealing.
Ironically, that was a pretty small scale.
Was Peter revealing to the cop that he's Peter? That Spider-Man's Peter?
Anyway, this time
Gwen's dad. Like, did you really miss that, bro? That should honestly give about 20 points.
Son Jack had a ripple effect of New York again sticking up for and helping out Spider-Man. It's just a simple but beautiful display of paying it forward. And I don't know, maybe he hasn't quite earned this.
Like, look at the music.
But gosh dang it, it's a chills emotional build-up moment. I will give the Amazing series a slight edge over Raimi's in fast-paced, stressful action scenes. In addition to adding to Peter's intellect and engineering prowess, it gives him another weakness when his web shooters can be disabled.
Poor Peter Parker.
Cocky Curtis Connors. Teamwork.
No mother,
See, that's
no
the hand
father,
back, so now you've made
no
Peter
uncle.
almost a blue beam to space.
All alone.
For a finale, it's thrilling, full of some solid CG, ends on a redemptive note for Connors as well as Captain Stacy's death, hitting you hard while also
Look,
giving you the.
I was about to say, you can't skip this. You already skipped one. Don't skip another.
And with his last breath, looks to protect his daughter. And a mostly silent yell to bring it all home. One of the things that Gwen confided in him that she was scared of, and now he can't even be there for her because of his promise. Literally behind bars with the window blinds. Peter, she said organic eggs. Organic and cage-free are not the same.
Bro, remember she told him to bring eggs?
And that's been your egg buying lesson of the week.
You made you promise, didn't he?
Intuition, but also, if I'm being honest, it's a glimpse into her relationship with her father.
I'm glad she knew that his dad wanted to
Not to mention Emma Stone.
make Peter not see him again, her again.
You see, that's an extension ladder. Usually when you paint things, you like to start at the top and work your way down, so once you're done, the ladder would be either at its lowest or just lower than needed, so it's more stable and closer to the wall. Subtle hint that Peter is going so far out of his way to stay away from Gwen, he won't even walk near her on the way to class, making him late.
But
Even if he undoes it in 5 seconds.
Don't make promises you can't keep, Mr. Parker. Those are the best kind.
High schooler, man.
those are the best kind, yo. That series got the chills, but you guys don't understand.
I'm telling you,
You guys really don't, bro.
shot composition and set piece creation, this movie stepped up its
I love the music too. Listen.
And web slinging is as fun as it ever was in these scenes. Holy cow. Did anyone know this movie had a post-credit scene? It appears to be teasing Electro, but I didn't know Jamie Foxx. So I poked a little extra hard this week. Something I don't like to do a lot because I want this channel to be a place to talk about the good side of everything.
Look at the
This being a movie
suit.
that launched 1,000 channels, I remembered it more lighthearted and objective. I guess the truth is that the lines between joke, real problem with the movie, deliberately false, and just mistake have always been a little blurry. Take that for whatever it means for you.
Yo,
But it's all just
like,
a bit fun.
I don't know what to say, yo.
My biggest complaint is the similarities to Raimi's first Spider-Man. I can sort of excuse a lack of faith in the audience, but also the Avengers and The Dark Knight Rises came out in 2012. I feel like we were proving that not only did we like comic book movies, we were capable of following along with a broader story. At the same time, 13 to 20-year-olds, probably the most significant target demo in 2012, would have been 3 to 10 when Raimi's first origin story was in theaters. So maybe it was a disservice to those kids to not get to see PD get bit? I keep joking with my friends that this would be a much better movie if 2002 didn't exist. But still, story elements were added and we got these sweet POV Spidey shots. I found Gwen to be about as developed as MJ was. I do enjoy that she had more agency than MJ usually did. And the chemistry between these two is solid. But let's do a little defense of the indefensible.
I'm gonna say something about that after he's done talking, because I want to see what he's gonna say.
People have a lot of problems with the story, and I'll admit that plot threads at least appear to be dropped, and it should have been handled better. But the two biggest, Brigitte Rotha's character disappearing after the car attack, and Peter just abandoning his search for his uncle's killer, are both the result of shifting motivations. Again, both stories should have been wrapped up on screen or with some dialogue, and I think one of them was in a deleted scene. But Connors no longer cares about Osborn or Oscorp or anything and anyone related to either. His plan, albeit twisted by the lizard brain, becomes make everyone equal with the lizard gas. And then, through Captain Stacy's speech, Peter realizes he doesn't see the whole picture and that what he thought was a public service really boiled down to being an amateur authority.
I just realized this thing has 152
That,
points.
together with Peter's turn on the bridge, makes him realize revenge isn't the path he wants to go down. So they're dangling threads, but not without reason. Mark Webb has touched on the real focal message from this incarnation of Spidey. Essentially being his...
And I can't believe he missed when Peter took off his mask. And
Gaining powers really only shines a light on his issues. Ben's message to normal unpowered Peter, and then Peter's defiant refusal.
And the
to
cop
leave
realized
what
who he
caused
was.
his death. Then he continues down a less than heroic path until he's confronted with a choice. In that moment, his decision inspires Jack to climb out of the car himself, specifically because Peter shows Jack
This part was sick too.
that Spider-Man is just a regular guy. And then the father of the child he saves is inspired in the end to take what little power he has to stand up to evil by helping Peter out. A prime example is Connor's turn at the end. Even after being thwarted by Peter, he still chooses to save him. That's the power of Spider-Man's influence. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that this is a flawless Spider-Man movie. Just that its problems don't have anything to do with Rubik's Cubes. But if you are still confused by how it's possible that someone could pick up a solved Rubik's Cube, play with it, and place it back down unsolved, I have some good news for you. Today's sponsor, Skillshare, has just...
Alright, no sponsors. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, buddy. I just want to see how much points he's going to get.
Makes me look so tough.
Am I tripping? He doesn't do the points anymore.
to help to the channel, and I know you'll get a lot out of as well. I've been using Skillshare for
Yo.
years now, and they're always adding new courses.
Yo, hold on, guys.
See what I do. Check it out.
No way he doesn't use it anymore. Wow. The Amazing Spider-Man is the most points. Now listen, I don't know what to say, guys. I grew up watching both of these movies as a kid. Like, I'm talking about Tobey Maguire's. Of course, I wasn't alive for the first two movies. Or the second movie, I was... Yeah, no, I wasn't. My fault. It came out 2004. I was born in 2005. I was alive for the Spider-Man 3. But ever since I was like a little baby, I just watched, like a kid, I've watched the Tobey ones. When I turned into like a kid going into like second and third grade, this movie had came out, and this is when I like started like, you know, I would watch the Tobey Maguire movies. I loved those. And then this is when this came out, and I was like, who's this new Spider-Man, this and that? But I like just loved him. I'm pretty sure. I don't want to say this. I don't really remember, right? Long time ago. This might have been my like favorite one at the time. The Amazing Spider-Man. It might have been my favorite movie at the time. Now, right now, like, I really don't know what to say. I like deep down inside my heart, I really want to say that this is actually one of my favorite Spider-Man movies. Like, but then at the same time, I go and watch a Tobey Maguire movie, and I'm like, I can't say it. But then I watch this, and I'm like, yes, I can, bro. Bro, it's hard to explain. I really like The Amazing Spider-Man. I just thought Andrew Garfield's character was just like cool. Like, I wanted to be like him, bro. I'm not gonna lie. His suit was cool. The way he like trash talked in this, like, I don't know, bro. I just thought this was so cool. But listen. That's why I don't know who I like more, Tobey or Andrew Garfield. I really don't know, because I really like both of them mad. So I think they would just always have to be equal. But I love The Amazing Spider-Man, because this is when I was like a kid in third grade. Like, I knew what was going on. This is what I grew up to. I don't know, bro. But listen, 154 points. That leads the thing. But hope you guys enjoyed. We're going to be reacting to The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Everything great about it. At the end of that, I will say whether I like The Amazing Spider-Man 2 or this one better. But I'm low-key going to go rewatch this. This is so fire, bro. I'll mess with the suit. I remember I was a little kid in, like, what was it? Third grade, I think. Second or third grade. As I remember, I bought the Amazing Spider-Man suit, and it had, like, a fake six-pack. Bro, I'd wear it every time. I remember I grew out of it, and it like created a hole. My grandma like stitched it back together, whatever, and then it just destroyed again. But bro, The Amazing Spider-Man, I love. I don't know why people always hated it. And like, I don't know, people would just say that it was trash, and I would always be like I like it, but I don't know, guys. I don't know which one's better. The original, like the Spider-Man, or The Amazing Spider-Man. To me, it's equal, but it's whatever. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next video. What was everything great about The Amazing Spider-Man 2? Let's see if it's going to get more points. Personally, the way this guy's like rating the videos, this and that, I think he's going to give The Amazing Spider-Man 2 more points. Even though I really like this one, I think he's gonna. Oh, he's definitely gonna get it because Gwen dies, Gwen helps, Harry. He finds out what happens to his dad. It's definitely gonna get more, but I really like this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. I've